Yo, what's going on, your boy Ghost here, and today I'm bringing us a comparison video between the Mp7 and P90. Now, before we get into it, I want to give you guys a quick thank you. I know I probably start off all my videos like this, but I truly mean it because you guys have been killing it on support lately. The last 2 months on YouTube have been incredible, and I cannot thank you guys enough. So, on the time of making this video, I'm at 357 subscribers. So, if you would be generous to hit that sub button, we're on the road to 400. I almost said 400k, but we're on the road to 400 subs. And yeah, if you also find this video helpful or useful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And yeah, let's get into it. So the MP7 and P90 are both obviously SMGs. Now you may have heard of the MP7 because it's technically one of the best weapons in the game, and it's also one weapon that I see a lot being used, so technically it is meta. The P90, however, you might only know as a weapon that you get off the beginning, the like the green or the common or uncommon weapon that you get with the suppressor that you just pick up, and it's actually arguably considered the best weapon from the ground or ground loot. And today I'm gonna show you that it's more than just a ground loot weapon. Now, before we get into it, again, this video is not to pick one weapon over the other. Although I would personally pick a MP7 over P90 for just one simple reason, because I see the P90 as more as a overkill weapon and not like a primary weapon. What I mean by that, I feel way more confident rocking MP7 and just MP7 with like an RPG or something than a P90 and RPG. Because that's what I do. With MP7, I don't run it with any other gun. I just run it simply by itself. This is my ARs, my SMGs, this is everything for me. The P90, it's more of I rock with the growl, or throughout the week that I recorded this, I used it with the growls overkill. So we're gonna get into the recoil pattern for the P90 right now. And here we have the base P90's recoil. Now obviously it's gonna be a little jumpy, just like a lot of base weapons out there. But when you put on the attachments, it makes it better, obviously. But in this clip, it low-key is a little misleading because it did not feel like that's the middle one right there. That's the middle recoil pattern. It did not feel like, here's my class by the way, that much recoil. It actually felt like a beamer. And honestly, this weapon is very underrated. I hear a lot of people talk bad about it when they talk about a P90, and it's just simply they just haven't given it a try. And as you can see here, we're gonna have a few clips of me using the P90. This right here was like the first time I was using it in game. When I almost died right there, I thought it was gonna be a bad weapon, but then I started using it a lot more, and I was like, this is not a bad weapon at all. I think it, like, I know it's not MP5, MP7, P90 video, but I think it can compete with MP5 in a way, like at close range and at distance. The MP7, I think it's better than MP7 at close range, low key, or just at the same level as it, but not like range wise. And absolutely, I don't think any SMG beats the MP7 at range. Just simply, I think the MP7 is like one of the best weapons at range. No cap. I think it's even better than some of the ARs because of how good it is. Like, I'm gonna show you MP7 clips later, but yeah, right here I know I almost killed it with the growl, or killed that person with the growl, but I have, that just shows the range that it has. Like, it can get there if you really need to hit somebody from a range. You got it. But honestly, yeah, obviously this weapon is gonna specialize medium and close range. I didn't really find myself using it at far range because I had a growl with me, overkill, because like I said earlier in the video, I don't feel comfortable just running an P90. Not because it's bad. One of the reasons why is the ammo. I think it's gonna run out of the ammo faster than MP7, which is kind of crazy. Maybe not. I didn't really use the P90 at all by itself, but the MP7 I use that by itself. As you can see there, I ego try that kid, just destroy him on the head glitch with the headshots. It's the P90 is just the P90, man. It's a weapon that is highly underrated in my opinion. Like, I think it's a good weapon for overkill, and the overkill meta might be shortly coming into the game soon since the snake shots got nerfed, and I hope that the RPG and Renettis get nerfed too. Those two weapons are ridiculous. But yeah, we're gonna slowly move into the Mp7 recoil pattern. So here we have the recoil pattern for the Mp7. Now this is the base one, as you can see here, and this weapon, like, even just by itself has, to me, kind of a little bit of recoil. And when you put on attachments, it just makes it makes it a straight beamer. Here's my class setup for it. This class setup has not changed since I started using it. This has been running with me since Warzone came out. and I saw the class setup on it, and it's been amazing for me. Has not really let me down at all. And yeah, right here you're gonna see me just completely annihilate a full four-man. Like, this weapon is ridiculous. If you've never used MP7, I would suggest you giving it a try. Also, if you have never used the P90, you know, make sure you give it a try. Now, the MP7 though is a very good weapon, but I still think it's a little flawed when it comes to medium to close range. I think the P90 is like at the same level or just even a little better than the MP7 when it comes to medium to close range. Distance though, that's definitely the MP7. I'm more comfortable using MP7. Honestly, the fire rate, I think both of them like aren't the fastest, and I think the P90 is a little faster. I'm not sure about that. I don't know statistical shit about weapons like that. So if you do know, make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. And actually, if you've used any of these two weapons, which gun do you prefer and why? Let me know in the comment section down below, because a lot of you guys have pretty cool insight on why you pick certain weapons over the other. I've learned that over making all these comparison videos that a lot of people like using certain weapons, which is cool to see because, you know, like I said, metal weapons are kind of just boring to see all the time. And that's why I make these videos, because for one, it gives me an opportunity to use, what's it called, new weapons. And yeah, and I could compare it to metal weapons to show you that these other weapons that aren't really talked about, you know, could be usable. Now, these clips are gonna be, what's it called, a little bit less than P90, because I mean, like, if you know what an M7 can do, you don't need me to really show you like 10, 20 clips on them, because a lot of a lot of streamers use this weapon. So you already know how good the MP7 could be. Like, but not a lot of people use a P90. And honestly, I don't think I've ever saw a streamer use a P90 unless they were making a video on it. Like, I don't think I saw somebody just use it for fun. And I was using it, I guess technically for video too, but I was using it because it's a very underrated weapon. Like, dude, I think it's severely underrated. I wish I could find out like the usage rate for a lot of these weapons, because, dude, some of these weapons gotta be like below 3% people that use it. I might be underestimating how much it's underrated, but when I say I rarely see a P90 being used as a loadout, dude, I don't think I might have seen less than 5 in my career playing Warzone, and I played almost 500 games. Not joking. But yeah, the P90 isn't gonna be meta. Like, I'm not here to tell you that this weapon's gonna be meta within like the next 2 weeks, but like, it's one of those weapons that you should give a try, because I feel like it's been slandered a little bit, because a lot when I hear people talk about the P90, it's usually bad things, and I feel like it's a little unfair simply because I don't think no one's actually used the P90, you know? Like, I feel like people just either use it off the ground and like get outgunned because they're ass, and they be like, oh, the gun's terrible. Like, that's just how I feel for a lot of the weapons that aren't used, like the Kilo. Like, I feel like people are the same thing with that, because they pick it off the ground with the thermal scope and think it's bad because they can't kill anybody with it. But in reality, if you actually use it with right attachments, bro, like, it's pretty good. The P90 is, again, one of those weapons that I feel like, just if you gave it a try, I think some of you guys would like it more than some of the other weapons. Like, I feel like for some of you guys, it might be that weapon that you've been looking for. You know, it might be able to replace your overkill MP5 to see my sweaties. If you're a sweaty user MP5, you know, you could pop a P90. 'Cause I feel like it's really not that different. Because if you rock a MP5 with 45 round clip, man, I think it's really not that different than P90. Matter of fact, and I even say it's a little better than MP5, to be honest with you. But, you know, people aren't ready for that conversation. Again, but I'm not here to tell you that it's like gonna come into meta, because I don't think it is. Simply because, for one, people won't give it the try. People will just be close-minded and use metal weapons. For number two, I don't think it has like the full capacity to do just that. I think it's a very good weapon. Like, I actually do mean that, but I don't think it's gonna overtake meta. I don't think it's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the best weapon in 2 weeks. It's just not gonna be like that. Really though, if you end up using the P90, which I actually highly suggest you do, please leave in the comment section down below your experience. Please let me know if you prefer it over the MP7 or not, because I'm really curious for you guys' insight. You guys tend to give me pretty interesting insight, and I appreciate that. In all my comparison videos, you guys have given me cool insight, and I really appreciate reading other people's experiences with Warzone, because You know, I just like seeing that there's more playstyles than just the common Grau M4, like the ones that I technically play, because I use those weapons a lot. But I also use a lot of these other weapons a lot too, because they're simply just underrated. And honestly, I find it doesn't really hinder my performance at all. Like, I rock all these weapons that I've used in all my comparison videos. None of them have actually hindered my performance. Like, I feel like I haven't, except for one weapon. So I'll be on one weapon, and that's the FAL. But we don't even talk about that gun. You know, if you have a FAL class, let me know, because I still got to give it a try. I think it's ass, but if you can convince me otherwise, then, you know, hit me with it. But I mean, like I said, man, if you want to use the P90, I mean, you know, do it. I got a class set up in this video for you. Again, let me know though what your experience was like, because I want to know. You know, that's the whole point of me making this video, really. And yeah, if you like this video or found it useful, hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, hit that sub button, because again, we're close to 400 subs. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.